Welcome Virgo and Virgo cross watchers to your reading. So I hope you guys are having a good day. And of course, thank you for stopping by my channel. Oh. So we have the Knight of Swords here. Virgo, I mean, of course that card talks about something moving really quickly, something coming in really fast. It feels like you're on a mission. Hold on for a sec. I'm gonna get one more. Whoa! Okay, well, we'll take that. But not this giant stack. We're not going to take those. So, we have the Ace of Pentacles. It feels like there's something that you are kind of racing towards. It's almost like, this might sound strange, you're racing back to get something that you left behind. It's almost like you left your wallet on, may not be the actual situation, but you left your wallet on top of the bar or something like that. Or it's like, or you felt your, I want to say, you felt your keys fall out of your pocket and you're racing back to get them. And what's interesting is it's like, yeah, you're racing back to get them, but there's something that's telling you to slow down. I feel like it's almost like it doesn't seem like there's any point to go back and get it as you're kind of racing towards it. Hold on for a second. It feels like you're kind of in this, not indecisive necessarily, but it's like you're running really fast towards it and then not even second guessing, but like something else, some other piece of information you remember, you think about, and you're like, oh, maybe I'll just slow down. Maybe I won't. And then you remember why you're going to go, right? So it's like this kind of back and forth here. It feels like there's something that you have to be really defensive towards. It feels like you're kind of expecting a battle when you get there. It's almost like you had to go home and get some supplies so you would be prepared when you get there. I hope this is making sense, guys. I'm sorry if it's not. If it's really not making sense, let me know in the comments, and if I'm able to, I'll do another reading for you. So we have the Emperor. So what's in the recent past? Oh, Virgo, I feel like there is someone, it could be something, but it's like there's something that's pushing you forward. It's almost, there's this like blind, you know how sometimes they say like, oh, like blinding rage, where like you kind of can't see or think about anything about what is going on in that moment. It's almost like there's this kind of blinding drive to go and do something. And it's like, and you hop on this motorcycle and you're halfway there and and it's like, and then you kind of, wake up out of that trance, not realizing how you've come this far already. And I feel like there's something about realizing how far you've come that seems to kind of reinvigorate you to get to where you're going. I don't know what this person's problem is, but it's like, I'm sorry to say, but I feel like there's somebody here that wants you to fail. They want you to fail so that you'll depend on them, so that you go back. Right? And it's like, the longer you're gone, the further you run, the closer you get to where you're going. It's more like this person, it's like they may have been sitting back and relaxing, and the closer you get to where you're going, the more they're sitting up and kind of looking to see, like, is something going to happen here so that I can, so that Virgo will come back. And I feel like the longer you're gone, the more they realize they've lost you. I'm just trying to feel into Judgment with Five of Swords. I feel like there's this energy of, like, do you need a break? And I feel like for those of you that message was coming through, it's like, you don't even know. It's that type of an energy. I feel like you know that you need a break, but you have to get something done before you can take that break. And I feel like it's almost like you're going to finish what you're doing so that when you take that break, you actually get a break and you can really remove yourself from whatever it is. It's almost like whatever you are doing right now, it closes the chapter of that part of your life, right? It feels like it's actually might be, however big or small. All of a sudden, I feel like I'm like my eyes are getting heavy and I feel like I need to nap. Like it's the morning time. I shouldn't feel that way. So I'm not sure if that's kind of where you're at. But anyway, I feel like you know what's at the end of the path that you're on. And you are trying to get to that place, but there's a different goal there's a different reason that you have in mind that you're doing this all for. It's almost like whereas other people may see you or other people would actually work towards the ending of something, you're working towards the ending of something knowing that you've planted a seed and you have to get this ending finished, done, out of the way. So that when that seedling starts to sprout, everything is out of the way. Hold on for a sec. So we have the Knight of Cups here. Virgo. I'm asking this because I'm genuinely confused. Are you running from love right now? Because I feel like there is something here that could be incredibly fulfilling, but it feels like you're running from it. It's almost this energy, like let's say, for example, you were getting your career on track. And it's like, hold on for a second. You're getting your career on track and love comes in and you're like, no, I'm not ready. And I feel to a certain extent that I feel like that might be where that like running towards it and slowing down might be coming from. It feels like it's this, you're running headlong towards the goal and then you remember it's almost like, then you remember it doesn't have to be that way. Maybe it doesn't have to be this hard. Hold on. It's almost like for a moment, it doesn't feel like it's worth it. It's this energy of like, you would just rather wait for people to catch up to you. And it's like, and in having that, you're like, well, no, they can't catch up to me yet. And then you go. So it feels like there's this real back and forth here. I'm going to be honest here, Virgo. It feels like you may be running from a good time. And that's not to be diminutive. Maybe you don't want it. Maybe it's not, whatever, right? But it definitely feels like there is something. It's almost like you either don't want to connect to or don't want to experience the emotional fulfillment right now. You want to get this other thing out of the way first so that you can actually enjoy it. It's almost the energy of maybe you're used to putting a lot of, this is just an example, it may not be the actual situation. Maybe you're someone that is used to putting a lot of pressure on yourself to do things, to do this, to do that. And it's like, and you set a goal for yourself and you're going to reach that goal. And there's almost this energy of feeling like if you allow this kind of like love, camaraderie, whatever this type of relationship is, if you allow this relationship in, it's almost like, well, you're not going to be living in a place where you feel like you have to work as hard, you have to push as hard, you have to da 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 da. And I'm going to ask you a question here, Virgo. Is it possible that like maybe the drive for you to push forward is because you wanted something different than you had? And so like having what you want, it's almost like there's this concern or this little voice in your head that says, well, maybe you won't be able to continue to reach goals in the way that you are if you've got this love, whatever this is. And I'm going to question that or kind of push you to contemplate. I feel like you're not going to listen to this, but I'm going to say it anyway. It feels like there's this message here that I don't even know why I'm wasting my breath, because you're going to go through what you're doing and you're going to be like reaching that goal before you let this in, which is fine. You make your own decisions for your own life. It just feels like it could be a more beautiful experience to run towards what you're running towards if you allowed it in. It's this energy of, it's like you're just about to reach this goal and here's this thing that you want to turn towards. And I feel like the more you run towards that goal, the more you're kind of looking at things like, well, hold on. Is the opportunity going to be no longer there if you wait to finish the goal before you accept the love? So, what is Virgo? What if they accept the love before they get there? Just for argument's sake. King of Swords with the Nine of Wands. It'll feel a bit disorienting. The King of Swords is like that kind of master planner. I was going to say master mathematician, but someone that is, it's like they have that same ability to be cut and dry as the Queen of Swords, but it's coming from a place of also understanding compassion has a place in there and not having the resentment that sometimes the Queen of Swords energy can carry with it. But it's reversed. And from what I'm seeing, I feel like depending on how determined you are or how close you are to reaching that other goal, some of you may experience a lot of resentment towards this person or situation that brings love into your life because it's not what you're focused on. And from what I'm seeing, it's like it's almost like you put the blinders on. And not because you don't want to admit something to yourself or you don't want to see the world as it is. It's not like that. It's more you've put the blinders on. Sorry, my leg's hurting. In order to get past a lot of things and not let certain things distract you from your goal. So I feel like it kind of feels like if you let it in, and we'll get into the other end of it, if you let it in, it'll almost feel kind of, I want to say it won't be what you think it is. It's almost like you might be like, okay. It's almost like you might say to this person or this thing, it's like, all right, yeah, this is what I want. I'm hearing like, all right, bet. I don't usually say that because I'm not young or hip enough to say that, okay? But it's like, all right, bet, just wait here for a sec. I'm gonna go run and do that thing. And it's almost like it's easier to do the thing. It's easier to reach the goal, knowing that there's something else on the other side of it. It takes the pressure off of needing it to work out perfectly, of hyper fixating, hyper focusing on it, because there's something else you have in mind. If ever you've read The Alchemist, it's that energy of like the protagonist, the main person, I'm not sure that's the right word, but the protagonist, the main person in the story, spoiler alert, okay? This person is on a mission to find something, and they come across this absolutely stunning person that they want as a partner. And that person is like, it's almost like they understand that the alchemist or the protagonist has to go and get their goal or go and reach their goal, but says like, but then come back to me. And it's kind of giving me those sorts of vibes, right? It's almost like you may have had that stop and start before, almost like being concerned that there might be an opportunity that's missed. And I feel like, and if you take this opportunity, it actually feels like it's easier to run faster towards the goal because there's something that you're really excited about. It's almost this energy of like, holy crap, I might actually have it all. And if Virgo doesn't. So we have the Seven of Cups with the Seven of Swords. Okay, so there's a couple, I feel like I might be the bearer of bad news right now, but I'm just going to say it anyway. I feel like there seems to be a certain loneliness that comes with it that I feel it's almost like it makes it really hard to keep running. It makes it hard. It's like, it almost feels like you're running uphill, even if you're not. And I am hearing that if you don't take this opportunity, somebody else does. And it feels as though the options have been ripped from you. And it may be somebody close to you, like a friend. So for example, let's say this is a person, a prospective partner, that you don't take them up on it. It's like there's going to be a friend that sees that happen and bolts for this person. And it's almost like it reaffirms this energy of, like this past energy that you have of putting a lot of pressure on this one goal. I kind of, like, I'm not, this isn't foreboding, okay? It's more just what I'm seeing. Like it does feel like you have a decision to make. And it feels like you may need to make it almost like you may need to make this important decision very quickly. Like in the spur of the moment sort of thing. Can we get some advice? Can we get some advice? Ten of Cups reversed with the Queen of Pentacles. Hold on for a second here, Virgo. Virgo, I feel like there's something that you may be running away from here, and not in a like, oh, you're a coward running away, blah, 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 okay? It feels more like there is some sort of situation, or maybe like a past pattern, or maybe you were raised around people that didn't have good, like, loving relationships, and you're running from that, wanting something different, right? And I feel like there's this message here that you may be focusing a lot on what you don't want. And it's like, and it's that law of attraction, right? The more you focus on whatever you focus on becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And I feel like there's this message here that it's like you almost don't want to admit to yourself that you want something, that you want that person, that partner, that whatever it is. It's almost like you don't want to admit to yourself that you want it, because it's almost like then, hold on. I almost want to say like it might even feel silly to look at it from that perspective, in that you actually have a lot more faith in yourself than that thought would make someone believe, right? It's almost this energy of like, if you're able to achieve this goal and run towards it the way that you are, I feel like you look at this from a logical perspective, right? That it's like, I almost want to say like, if you're good enough to do what you're doing now, you're good enough to have other things too. And hold on for a sec. I feel like there may be something unconventional about what you're looking for. But I feel like there's something here where it's like you're almost able to reevaluate what's expected and what you actually want, and kind of like reconcile those two things. Not come to a compromise and give up on things that you want or whatever. It just feels more that it's like you're able to find a way that what you want is what you want. You're able to kind of accept yourself, I want to say, and that it's okay to want what you want, even if it's not what everyone else wants. So I think I'll leave it there, Virgo. If this reading resonated, I hope it was helpful. If you like what I do, please like, comment, subscribe. It does help to grow the channel. Please keep an eye out or if you like the reading, I have some singles readings coming out next week. And we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.